How are we, ladies and gents? How is it doing? How's it going? Is everyone all right? I hope everyone's all right. I hope everyone's doing well. Everyone's safe, and everyone is looking forward to tonight's game. It's going to be a very, very good one. It's going to be a very, very good one indeed. I'm very, very pumped for it. It's going to be a very, very interesting game, to say the very, very least. We'll just give it a few moments, see when other people are coming in and things like that. And we've got a couple of guests ready for tonight as well. I know you're all pleased about that. And you'll see who they are when they arrive in my little StreamYard link and get sorted. Okie dokie then, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we see what the chat is saying? Hostile Hen says 2-1 Ipswich Town. We lose this game 7 times out of 10. Edward Harrison says Hull will win 3-2. Thomas Thornton says Honeyman and Doherty. Indeed, good to see Honeyman and Doherty starting. Could not agree more, my friend. Good to see Honeyman in the team. It is good to see George Honeyman in the team. You are right. I'm just putting a thing on here saying live on YouTube now for the pre-match stream. Bang. Let's get that Instagrammed out. We'll get it tweeted as well. And then there should be more people rolling in. Yes, it's good to see Honeyman in the team, especially after he went to hospital as well. It's so good. It's magical to see him there. Right, and just let me get this tweeted out. Let's get it tweeted, ladies and gents. There we go. There's a lot more people coming in now. How are we, ladies and gentlemen? Thomas Thornton says it's very cheeky of us to put those two in there. Thomas Thornton says, what do you think about fans being allowed in next season? Well. Can't wait to be back. I cannot wait to be back. And with the Euros as well, all of England's games are at Wembley. They're in this country, so people can go there. Not at full capacity. I tweeted earlier, if you think there's going to be 90,000 people in Wembley on the 22nd of June when England face Czech Republic, you are crazy. It's not going to happen. There's still going to be restrictions. But whatever. The Real Life channel says 2-1 or 2-0. Thomas Thornton says 3-0, Doherty brace and Malik Wilkes goal. Mitchell Walkup, bro, I'm having a... Mate, just drop us a text after this stream. What do you think about McGuinness claiming Greaves' goal? The one time he actually scores, it's at the expense of our boy on this channel. It's at his expense. McGuinness, suck him up. Meat Hook 92X says we will either destroy them or get beat by a late goal. But 8 goals in our last 2. Very promising. Very promising. What's our lineup today? We'll get into that in a hot second. What happened to Honeyman then? I assume he just went into hospital as a precaution. Because he must have said, it's me neck. My neck hurts. So he must have says, all right, we'll just get you...
I don't know what you mean by...
Oh, shut up. He must have just said, my neck hurts. So I thought, right, we'll get you straight off. And it will... When you've done something to your neck, it does hurt. But he was probably there as a precaution, checked over, felt fine. There we go. So then, our lineup today. Ladies and gentlemen, what a team. Football Fulham YouTube says Doherty is starting. I know he is, mate. I know. Thomas Thornton says, shut up, Siri. Have a day off, Siri, mate. When's Eves coming back? At the weekend. Eves should be fit at the weekend to come onto the bench. So then, the team then for us is Matt Ingram in goal, a back four of Josh Emmanuel, Reece Burke, Jacob Greaves and Callum Elder, with George Honeyman and Greg Doherty, the two sitting midfielders, box to box, with Dan Crowley a little bit further forward. Gavin White returns on the right. Keane Lewis-Potter is on the left. And Malik Wilkes is up top. On the bench, it's George Long, Louis Coyle, James Scott, Alfie Jones, John Flores, Regan Slater, and Josh McGuinness. Fantastic. Fantastic. You love to see it. You love to see it. What formation would you say we are playing, says Thomas Thornton? I'm going to say it's a 4-3-3 with a cam, as Jason Ducker has says in chat there. What will happen to Eves now that KLP/Wilkes is up front and McGuinness is on the bench? Eves will come onto the bench for Scott, I reckon. Genuinely, I think we aren't going up, I'm afraid, Joe, mate. I know, a bit of a shame. Real shame. Lucas Manfab says, why isn't Alfie Jones playing? Maybe just tried to switch up the system. I don't know. I would put Jones in over Burke and Long in for Ingram. See, Jones and Burke, I'd pretty much say 50-50. But with Long for Ingram, definitely not. And just in time, as we look onto the Ipswich 11, we are joined by Regan. How are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm very sorry. My laptop chose the worst possible time to update. It really did.
Oh, dear. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. Shall we have a look at your team then?
Go on then. It's not great.
Let's do it. I'll just zoom that in a tad. You can't see the subs. There we go. Okay, then. So talk us through it, Regan. What formation and the players? Who have we got to look out for?
The Ipswich formation is always extremely unpredictable. We could literally be playing anything this evening. Often we change in game quite often as well, half time. So it's Thomas Holy obviously has been between the sticks for most of the season. There was a time when our second keeper did come in for a bit due to a few mistakes, but he's 6'9", you can't get much past him. But I'm surprised we keep dropping the fullbacks. We keep rotating fullbacks each game, which is a bit of a strange thing to do. But Luke Chambers is back in the side, obviously as captain this evening, and I think he's quite a controversial player, but when he's on it, but I don't think he'll pose much of a threat to you tonight, if I'm honest. Toto Anciola, he's a bit of a penalty merchant. He seems to give away quite a few penalties, but when we played at the weekend, he didn't look too bad. Yeah, and then James Wilson, he's just solid League One centre back. Got nothing bad, not got bad words to say about him. Miles Kenlock, he was always bad for us in the Championship, but he's popped up the last few weeks. He's done a good job. Andre Lizel just pulls the strings for us in midfield. Same with Teddy Bishop, really. Keenan Bennett is from the Bundesliga, on loan from Borussia Mönchengladbach, but he holds the ball too much, if I'm honest. Alan Judge, he works hard for the side. Can't put anything past him. And then Troy Power on loan from Tottenham. He hasn't scored yet, but he has posed quite a threat, and he could do the same tonight up top with James Norwood.
Not too bad. On your bench, notable names. Luke Matherson, Wolves loanee, I believe. Yeah. Freddie Sears, a name that rings a bell for a lot of Championship and League One fans, and Josh Harrop for the Man United fans out there, ex-Manchester United. And then is that Gwion Edwards as well?
Yeah,
Believe we were.
I don't reckon he plays tonight. He's picked up a slight knock last week, so he might come on for a few minutes towards the end, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we were once after him, I believe, under Adkins. Not too sure if we've missed something there, but I don't know. So we've got. Let's have a look through the chat then. We've got shout out from Ireland. Come on, Hull City 3-0. What do you say to that, Regan?
I mean, if I'm honest, I'm not feeling optimistic tonight, and I could swing in the same way. If I'm honest, I'm not feeling positive or optimistic at all.
Thomas Thornton says I would have Long in goal, to be honest, over Matt Ingram. We'll just change it back to the Hull City 11 there. Regan Slater is here. I mean, lovely little banter. I mean, I'd personally, I'd love to be sat on our bench tonight, but not going to happen. The Real Life channel says, what's up with Doherty, Honeyman and Crowley in the midfield? Now, what's going to happen there is, I believe that having watched us for the season, with Crowley in there, we lose our shape a little bit. So we need someone like an Alfie Jones, Richie Smallwood, who's injured at the minute, our captain, Jordan Flores or Max Clark in that sitting role. But hopefully with Honeyman and Doherty going up and down, hopefully it's just attack, attack, attack. And it'll just be relentless. Because you've got some very decent defenders. You've got a very good home record. But your away record isn't too great.
Not at all, no. I mean, we've got good defenders, and when they're on their day, they can defend well. And I think on Saturday it was a good defence display, despite a 0-0 draw. But you know, it puts things in perspective. A clean sheet. I mean, it also shows we can't score a goal, but a clean sheet, which you know, something we need to be doing against a top side like Hull. So
yeah. It's going to be a tight game, I reckon, because someone said it in chat earlier. It'll either be an absolute battering from a Hull City point of view, or we'll concede a late goal because we won't take our chances again.
Yeah, I agree. That happened against Doncaster for you as well, didn't it?
Sort of did, sort of didn't. Coxey says, there are two types of fans for this game. The fans who say Ipswich are in such poor form, we should win this, or the fans who say Ipswich are in such poor form, watch them beat us. Dean Simon says, I'd put Clark on. Got to remember, Max Clark hasn't played in 6-7 months. So he's getting some good minutes with the under-23s and whatever. So we'll see when he comes back to fitness. Just don't know when that will be. Owen Armitage says, I think 2-1 Hull.
That sounds realistic.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to be that or the 4-0, which I predicted in my preview, but who knows? Might be a bit harsh, might be too generous.
You're underestimating us, but I think.
Finn Cranston says, need a performance in both halves from Hull City today, being a pattern all season. Sort of has. We've been brilliant in one half. Just give us a second. So it sort of depends really. We either go full on, like against MK Dons, for example, we were full on in the first half, couldn't take our chances. In the second half, we did nothing. The same against Doncaster. We were brilliant in the first half and then just receded. The couple of chances that we had in the second half, Keane Lewis Potter should have scored when he hit the post, and Jacob Greaves at the post as well. So in recent games, we've not really taken our chances that well. But we'll have to see what we'll see. But having beaten Wigan 5-0 and scored 3 against Doncaster, I'm quite encouraged.
So you're saying 4-0 tonight, are you?
Pardon?
Are you saying 4-0 tonight then?
Yeah, I said. I said 4-0 in my preview. So I just think the boys will be so motivated to go and get the win after we bottled it against Doncaster that they'll just go for it. And Malik Wilkes is on fantastic form. Keane Lewis Potter's pretty much trying to find his touch back.
Yeah, I can't. We've got no goal scoring threat. If I'm honest, I just like someone's just said 2-2. Like it's I can see you scoring 2 goals, but I can't see who's going to score our goals. Like there's no one there that like occurs to me that's going to put the ball in the back of that net. So you know, it's difficult.
Let's have a look a little bit more in chat. So Jason Ducker says, I want to see a Keane Lewis Potter goal tonight. Lucas Manfab says, I'd play Jordan Flores. And no, he hasn't started yet. Where has Thomas Mayer been? This is quite interesting, actually. The curious case of our number 22. We signed him in the summer from FC Austria Lustenau. And he's been very much a bit part player for us. And I think he's been quite homesick. So he's been spending a lot of time in Austria with his family, and he just hasn't really adapted to life in England fully yet. I think once he's got his wife and his little boy over here, I think it might be a bit of a different story for him. But you never know. You never know. So who would you say then, Regan, we've got to really look out for tonight, Ipswich-wise?
I mean, I've just checked. We're playing a 4-2-3-1, which it seems like we are quite attacking tonight for once. Normally we go out with quite a defensive lineup, but you know, obviously it'd be a good 3 points if we can get that with you. But it's quite attacking. Troy Parrott's sitting just behind Norwood, so I think ideally we need Troy Parrott to hold up the ball for Norwood, which he does very well. Troy Parrott brings it down for Norwood, nods it on for him, holds up the ball, which, you know, he's that type of player, and he can put it in the back of the net as well. And that's exactly what Norwood can also do. So I think those two are going to be the ones that will pose a threat to you tonight.
I mean, we all know the talent that Troy Parrott has, hence why he's a Tottenham youngster, and he's been hotly tipped by the Republic of Ireland and by Tottenham himself, and getting experience. He was out on loan at Millwall first half of the season, and now at Ipswich. Should be a brilliant test for him to prove himself, really. We've got here, Jordan Flores scored against us, Arsenal, when he was at Dundalk in the Europa League when we won 4-2. Interesting. Don't know why, but Troy Parrott's name just puts fear on me. He's so good in Football Manager. Whenever I play FM, he always scores against me as well. He's real annoying. Lucas says, I looked at the team. Wow, we have a great lineup. Great to see Honeyman is okay. Did you see what happened with George Honeyman?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't.
So he got taken off against Doncaster in a neck brace and was taken to hospital or whatever, and he's starting today, which ain't too bad. Not too bad. I mean, I'm glad he's okay, because we had our two best central midfielders go off injured in that Doncaster game.
And when you could see that he was destined for the top of it, couldn't you? And I think he just pulls the strings for you guys. You know, you can tell how good he is. You know.
Completely agree. I mean, Honeyman and Doherty, they're so crucial to the way we play. Honeyman keeps us ticking over. He's got the most assists in the league. Doherty up and down. He never stops. And when he got taken off against Doncaster, we looked indefinitely worse. Here we go then. Real Life Channel says, it's not letting me show the comment. Fabulous. Here we go. Why are we using our loans and not our permanents? Does that apply? That could apply to both of us, really, because you've got Parrott in there, but us playing Gavin White. That's our only loan. Oh yeah, and Dan Crowley. They're our two best players. They're two of our best players. Why should we not put them in our team? Mongrel YT says, all I'm saying is a win. Forever Football, Doncaster Rovers FC. Aaron says, I'm fuming that ours got called off. Gutted. Jason Ducker says, honest opinion, Joe, with all the players Hull City have, we should actually be fighting for promotion. We sort of are, sort of aren't, but we touched on it in a live stream earlier on in the season. League One is a difficult league to get out of. Sunderland have proved that. You guys have proved that. And might we prove that as well come the end of the season?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we were shocked. We thought we were going to rip the league up, as you lot probably did as well, you know. And again, on paper, like you guys, we should be up there. We've got a good team on paper, but it's not about how it is on paper. You've got to put the results in on the pitch, haven't you? And like I said, it's a difficult league. Teams play different when they play against bigger clubs for some reason because, there's a lot at stake for them.
This comment is brilliant. Playing at the seaside and we got struck with a tidal wave of... to finish off, we'll have a look at the different games. This is the graphic from my preview from around the grounds. As you say, you were supposed to be Doncaster, supposed to be playing Blackpool, been called off, not too good. Other big games, Shrewsbury versus MK Dons, both of those sides, although they're a little bit further down the league, they're both still in the playoff hunt. Sunderland versus Fleetwood, big game. Plymouth versus Peterborough. Speaking of Peterborough, Caden, Cape United's in chat. How are you doing, Caden, mate? Hard game for you tonight with Plymouth's home record. They're going to be difficult to beat. Oxford and Portsmouth's a massive game as well. Portsmouth has big implications for us. You're right near Oxford in the table. Pretty much every game in the league affects every other team. It's crazy.
It's so tight at the moment, isn't it? Like, you considering like where we are in the season, February, like normally there'd be someone running away with the league, or there'd be such a big gap between places, but it's so tight everywhere in the league. A loss or a win for one team can be so decisive for their season.
It can be. To finish off then, Regan, what are your final thoughts and overall predictions for tonight?
I'm surprised with the team lineup. I think we've got some weaker players in there, but I think we will get a goal, and it wouldn't surprise me if we scored first and you guys come back and fight and win something like 3-1, something like that, because we can never hold on to a lead. We always sit back. But sometimes it takes the opposition for us to want to score. So we're such a difficult side, really. You can never predict Ipswich. But I'm going to say 3-1 Hull. It's so pessimistic of me, but I'm going to say 3-1 Hull.
Interesting. I'm not going to stick to the 4-0. I think that was quite optimistic. I'm going to duck it. I'm going to drop it down a little bit just to 3. But how are you at defending set pieces and crosses, would you say?
Pretty useless. We're not good at...
Get in! Perfect.
We've got a few big centre-backs, but, they will put Toto and Ciala. He's more than likely to give a penalty away rather than clear the ball. So,
Oh, dear. To finish off then, let's have a look at the final things in chat. Jason Ducker says, I feel for Hull City to be a promotion candidate. We need a proper CDM and captain centre-back like Dawson. Speaking of which, Lucas says, have you seen Huddleston's a free agent? Not going to lie, he's like 34, but I don't reckon he'd be bad. Caden says, good, thanks, mate. How are you both? I'm all right. You all right, Regan?
Yeah, not bad.
You shocked about George and Greg being back in the team tonight? Sort of not. Well, yes, I am. I thought they'd both be out. Doherty for about 2 weeks. Honeyman for the rest of the season. Wonder if the Ipswich goalkeeper is very hurly after an 8-0 loss tonight. That is dreadful. That is dreadful. I don't want to end it on that, but I feel as though we have to. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Thank you to you, Regan, for coming on. And up the Tigers, and good luck for the game.
You too.
See you later, everyone.